As you settle into this quiet space, feeling your body sink gently into comfort, take a moment to notice something wonderful that's happening right now. You are connected, not just to the soft surface beneath you, or the gentle air that flows in and out of your lungs, but to something far more profound and beautiful than you might imagine. Feel the weight of your body as it rests. Notice how gravity holds you with such tender care, the same invisible force that keeps the moon dancing around our Earth, that guides the planets in their eternal waltz around the sun. You are already part of something magnificent, something that extends far beyond the boundaries of your skin, beyond the walls of this room, beyond anything you can see or touch. Right now, as you breathe in this peaceful moment, your heart is beating in rhythm with forces that connect you to every other heart that has ever beaten, every star that has ever shone, every particle that has ever danced through the cosmos. You are safe here, held by invisible threads of connection that weave through everything that exists. Let your breathing slow and deepen. Each inhale draws in air that has traveled the world, molecules that have been part of clouds floating over distant oceans, part of the breath of whales singing in the deep, part of the gentle exhalation of forests breathing in the moonlight. You are breathing the universe itself, and the universe is breathing through you. Your body knows this connection intimately. Every cell within you carries the memory of stars, the same elements that burn in the heart of distant suns, flowing through your blood right now. The calcium in your bones was forged in the nuclear furnaces of ancient stars that lived and died billions of years before Earth was even born. You are made of stardust, and you carry the cosmos within every fiber of your being. But there's something even more mysterious, even more beautiful happening, something that science has only recently begun to understand, something that would have seemed like magic to people just a century ago. It's a kind of connection so profound, so immediate, that it seems to transcend the very nature of space and time itself. Imagine, if you will, that you could somehow see the invisible threads that connect all things. Picture them as gossamer strands of light, finer than spider silk, more delicate than morning mist, yet stronger than any force you've ever known. These threads weave through everything, through your body, through the air around you, through the earth beneath you, connecting every particle to every other particle in ways that seem almost impossible to believe. Scientists call this phenomenon quantum entanglement. But tonight, as you rest in perfect safety and peace, you can simply think of it as the universe's way of ensuring that nothing is ever truly alone. Every particle that makes up your body, every atom that forms the air you breathe, carries within it the potential for instant perfect connection with particles anywhere else in the universe. Feel how peaceful this makes you. You are not separate, not isolated, not alone. You are woven into the very fabric of reality itself, connected by invisible bonds that are more real than anything you can see, more constant than anything you can touch. This connection isn't just poetic metaphor, it's the deepest truth that physics has ever discovered. When two particles become quantum entangled, they form a bond so complete that measuring one instantly affects the other, no matter how far apart they might be. They could be separated by the width of a room or by billions of light years of empty space, and still they would remain perfectly, mysteriously connected. Einstein himself found this so strange, so seemingly impossible, that he called it spooky action at a distance. He couldn't quite believe that the universe could work in such a magical way, and yet experiment after experiment has shown that this is exactly how reality operates at its most fundamental level. The universe is far more connected, far more unified than our everyday experience suggests. As you lie here in perfect comfort, your body is demonstrating this principle in countless ways. The electrons in your cells are quantum entangled with electrons throughout your body, creating a coherent, unified system that somehow knows itself as you. The photons that your eyes absorbed from the last light you saw before closing them carry quantum information that connects you to everything those photons have ever touched. You are not just in the universe, you are the universe experiencing itself through your consciousness, through your peaceful breathing, through the gentle beating of your heart. Every thought you think sends ripples through the quantum field that connects all minds. Every breath you take participates in the cosmic dance of connection that binds all life together. Let this knowledge settle into your body like warm honey. Feel how it relaxes every muscle, every nerve, every cell. You belong here. You have always belonged here. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, connected to everything that has ever been or ever will be through bonds that can never be broken. The ancient mystics spoke of this unity, this sense that all separation is illusion, but they could only point to it through poetry and metaphor. Now, modern physics has given us a way to understand this connection scientifically, to know with mathematical precision that the deepest truth about reality is that everything is intimately, immediately, perfectly connected. Your breathing has become so peaceful now, so gentle and natural. Each breath connects you more deeply to this vast web of relationship that is the true nature of existence. You are safe within this web, held by it, nourished by it, loved by it in ways that go beyond human understanding. As you rest here, something beautiful is preparing to unfold in your awareness. Tonight, you're going to discover more about these invisible threads that connect all things. You're going to explore the quantum realm, where particles dance together across impossible distances, where the very act of observation changes reality, where the boundaries between self and universe dissolve into something far more wonderful than separation could ever be. But for now, simply rest in this first understanding. You are connected. You are held. You are part of something infinitely beautiful and infinitely safe. The same quantum forces that bind the atoms in your body together are the forces that connect you to every star in the sky, every grain of sand on every beach, every thought that has ever been thought. And in this connection, in this perfect unity that exists beneath all apparent separation, you find the deepest peace, the kind of peace that comes from knowing with absolute certainty that you are exactly where you belong, exactly who you're meant to be, perfectly woven into the infinite tapestry of existence itself. Rest now in this beautiful knowing. Tomorrow, we'll explore deeper into this quantum mystery, discovering how particles can know about each other across the vastness of space, how consciousness itself might be part of this cosmic web of connection. But tonight, simply let yourself be held by the invisible threads that connect you to everything, feeling completely safe, completely loved, completely at peace within the quantum embrace of the universe itself. As you continue to rest in this peaceful awareness of connection, let your mind drift gently towards something even more wondrous, something that happens when two hearts begin to beat in the same rhythm, when two beings find themselves moving in perfect harmony without any visible signal passing between them. You've experienced this yourself, haven't you? Those moments when you're sitting quietly with someone you love, and without any words being spoken, you both reach for the same thing at the same time, or you both begin to speak the exact same thought. There's a recognition in those moments, a sense that something invisible and beautiful is orchestrating a dance far more intricate than either of you could plan. This is your first glimpse into the quantum world, where the impossible becomes not just possible, but inevitable, where particles separated by vast distances somehow know about each other's movements, responding instantly as if they were still touching, still breathing together, still sharing the same heartbeat. Let your breathing settle even deeper now. Feel how your chest rises and falls in its own natural rhythm, a rhythm that connects you to every other breathing thing on Earth. The whales in the deep ocean breathe with you. The sleeping birds in their nests breathe with you. Even the trees in their own slow, patient way breathe with you, drawing in what you release, offering back what you need. But in the quantum realm, this connection becomes something even more profound. Imagine two particles of light, two photons born in the same instant from the same source. Picture them as twin dancers, spinning away from each other at the speed of light, traveling to opposite ends of the universe. Logic tells us that once they're separated, they should have no way of knowing what the other is doing. And yet something magical happens. When scientists measured the spin of one photon, finding it spinning clockwise, they discovered that its twin, no matter how far away it has traveled, is always spinning counterclockwise, always, without fail, as if they're still dancing together, still holding hands across the impossible vastness of space. This isn't coincidence. This isn't some hidden signal traveling between them. This is quantum entanglement, the universe's way of ensuring that some bonds can never truly be broken, some dances can never truly end. Feel how this truth settles into your body. You are made of countless particles, countless tiny dancers, all moving in perfect coordination to create the symphony that is you. Your electrons dance in their orbital patterns. Your atoms vibrate in harmony. Your cells pulse with the same quantum rhythms that govern the stars. The scientists who first discovered this phenomenon couldn't believe what they were seeing. They created experiment after experiment, trying to find some conventional explanation for how particles could affect each other instantly across any distance. They called it quantum weirdness, because it seemed to violate everything they thought they knew about how the world works. But you don't need to understand the mathematics to feel the truth of it. You can sense it in the way your heart sometimes skips a beat when someone far away is thinking of you. You can feel it in the way certain songs seem to play on the radio, just when you need to hear them. You can recognize it in the way the right book falls off the shelf into your hands, or the way a stranger's smile reaches you at exactly the moment you need kindness. These aren't accidents. These are glimpses of the quantum dance that connects all things, the invisible choreography that ensures nothing in the universe ever happens in isolation. Let your awareness expand gently now. Picture the quantum field that surrounds and interpenetrates everything, like an ocean of pure possibility in which all particles swim. This field carries information instantly, connecting every point in space to every other point, creating a web of relationship so complete that the ancient mystics could only describe it as the unity of all existence. Your consciousness itself may be part of this quantum dance. Some scientists believe that the microtubules in your brain cells operate as quantum computers, processing information through entangled states that connect your thoughts to the thoughts of others, your dreams to the dreams of the cosmos itself. As you rest here, your brain is generating quantum fields, subtle energies that ripple outward through space, touching other minds, other hearts, other dreamers, lying peacefully in beds around the world. You are not alone in your rest. You are part of a vast network of sleeping consciousness, all breathing together, all dreaming together, all held in the same quantum embrace. This is why meditation feels so peaceful, why prayer brings such comfort, why simply sitting quietly in nature can heal your deepest wounds. You're not just sitting alone. You're connecting with the quantum field that holds all consciousness, all love, all peace. You're remembering your place in the cosmic dance. The particles in your body right now are entangled with particles in distant stars, in other planets, in other galaxies. The carbon in your cells was forged in stellar furnaces billions of years ago, and it still carries the quantum signature of those ancient cosmic fires. You are literally made of star stuff, and that star stuff remembers its origins, maintains its connections, continues its eternal dance across the universe. Feel how this knowledge relaxes you even more deeply. You don't have to work to maintain these connections. They maintain themselves. You don't have to effort to belong to the universe. You already belong, have always belonged, will always belong. The quantum bonds that tie you to everything are stronger than gravity, more constant than time, more real than anything your eyes can see. Even now, as you rest in perfect peace, particles in your body are demonstrating quantum superposition, existing in multiple states simultaneously. until the moment of observation collapses them into a single reality. You are living proof that the universe is far stranger, far more magical than our everyday experience suggests. Your dreams tonight will be quantum dreams, consciousness floating free from the constraints of classical physics, exploring realities where you can be in multiple places at once, where time flows backward and forward simultaneously, where you can communicate instantly with loved ones across any distance through the pure intention of your heart. And tomorrow, when you wake, you'll carry this knowing with you, the understanding that you are never truly separate from anything or anyone you love. The quantum threads that connect you to your beloveds, to your ancestors, to the stars themselves, are always there, always strong, always ready to carry your love across any distance, through any obstacle, beyond any apparent limitation. But for now, simply rest in this expanding awareness. Feel yourself held not just by the bed beneath you, but by the quantum field that embraces all existence. Feel your heartbeat synchronizing with the pulse of distant galaxies, your breathing matching the rhythm of cosmic expansion and contraction. You are part of the dance. You have always been part of the dance. And tomorrow we'll explore even deeper into this quantum mystery, discovering how particles can share information instantly, how consciousness might collapse wave functions through the simple act of observation, how the very fabric of reality responds to the presence of awareness itself. Sleep now in the quantum field of infinite connection, knowing that every dream you dream sends ripples through the cosmos. Every peaceful breath you take contributes to the harmony of all existence. Every moment of rest you enjoy is shared by the universe itself, breathing with you, dancing with you, loving you with the infinite tenderness of quantum entanglement. As you rest here in this deepening peace, feeling the quantum connections that bind you to all existence, let your awareness drift toward one of the most beautiful discoveries in the history of science. A discovery so profound that it reveals the universe itself as a love story, written in the language of physics. Picture, if you will, two particles of light being born together in the heart of a crystal, emerging as perfect twins, identical in every way except for one crucial difference. They spin in opposite directions, like two dancers pirouetting away from each other, maintaining perfect balance even as they separate. Scientists call these entangled photons, but you can think of them simply as soulmates of the quantum world. Now imagine these twin particles of light traveling away from each other at incredible speed, one heading toward a detector in Tokyo, the other racing toward a laboratory in New York. Logic tells us that once they're separated by thousands of miles, they should have no way of communicating, no method of staying in touch, no possibility of coordinating their behavior. And yet, something impossible happens. Something so beautiful it made Einstein himself shake his head in wonder and disbelief. When the scientist in Tokyo measures her photon and finds it spinning clockwise, at that exact same instant, the photon in New York begins spinning counterclockwise. Not a moment later, not after some signal has had time to travel between them. Instantly, simultaneously, as if distance means nothing, as if space itself is just an illusion, as if these two particles never truly separated at all. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance, because it seemed to violate one of the fundamental principles of his theory of relativity, the idea that nothing can travel faster than light, that information cannot be transmitted instantaneously across space. He was so troubled by this phenomenon that he spent years trying to prove it couldn't be real. But experiment after experiment confirmed the impossible truth. Quantum entangled particles do indeed affect each other instantly, regardless of the distance between them. They remain connected by invisible threads that seem to exist outside of space and time, threads that carry information at infinite speed. Threads that bind the universe together in ways that transcend our everyday understanding of reality. Feel how this truth resonates in your body. You are made of particles, countless billions of them, many of which became entangled during the formation of your cells, your organs, your entire being. You are not just a collection of separate atoms bumping into each other randomly. You are a symphony of quantum connections, a living demonstration of how consciousness can emerge from the coordinated dance of entangled particles. The implications of this discovery are staggering. If particles can maintain instant connection across any distance, what does this mean for consciousness? What does it mean for love? What does it mean for the bonds between hearts that seem to transcend physical separation? Some scientists believe that quantum entanglement might explain how you can sometimes sense when a loved one is in trouble, even when they're far away. It might explain how mothers can wake up at the exact moment their children need them, regardless of distance. It might explain how you can think of someone just before they call, or how you can feel the presence of those who have passed on, as if some quantum thread still connects you across the apparent boundary between life and death. Let your breathing deepen as you contemplate this. Every breath you take draws in atoms that have been part of countless other beings. Atoms that carry within them the quantum signatures of every life they've ever supported. You are breathing in the quantum memories of forests and oceans, of stars and planets, of every creature that has ever lived. And with each exhale, you're releasing your own quantum signature into the world, contributing your unique pattern to the cosmic web of connection. This is why meditation masters speak of the interconnectedness of all things. This is why mystics throughout history have reported experiences of unity consciousness, moments when the boundaries between self and universe dissolve completely. They weren't having hallucinations or wishful fantasies. They were experiencing the quantum reality that modern physics has now confirmed, the reality that separation is indeed an illusion, that at the deepest level, everything is one. Your consciousness itself might be a quantum phenomenon. Some researchers believe that the microtubules in your neurons can maintain quantum coherence even at body temperature, creating a biological quantum computer that processes information through entangled states. This would mean that your thoughts, your emotions, your very sense of self emerges from quantum processes that connect you directly to the fabric of space-time itself. As you rest here feeling completely safe and peaceful, you're participating in the greatest mystery of existence, the mystery of how consciousness arises from matter, how awareness emerges from quantum fields, how love manifests as the fundamental force that holds the universe together. You are not separate from this mystery. You are this mystery, exploring itself through your experience, knowing itself through your awareness. The ancient wisdom traditions taught that love is the force that moves the sun and stars. Now, quantum physics suggests they may have been more literally correct than anyone imagined. The quantum entanglement that binds particles together, that creates the coherent structures we call atoms and molecules and cells and bodies, operates according to principles that look remarkably like what we experience as love: instant connection, perfect communication, unbreakable bonds that transcend space and time. You are held by these bonds right now. Every particle in your body is quantum entangled with particles throughout the universe, creating a web of connections so complete that you are literally never alone, never separate, never isolated from the whole. The loneliness you sometimes feel is just a temporary forgetting of this deeper truth, a momentary lapse in your awareness of the quantum love that surrounds and interpenetrates your being. Tomorrow, we'll journey deeper into this quantum realm. We'll explore the laboratories where scientists first discovered these impossible connections, the experiments that revealed the true nature of reality, the technologies that are beginning to harness quantum entanglement for communication and computation. We'll discover how the act of observation itself changes reality, how consciousness collapses quantum possibilities into actual experience, how your very awareness participates in the ongoing creation of the universe. But tonight, simply rest in this foundational understanding. You are quantum entangled with everything that exists. The particles that form your body carry the signatures of distant stars, ancient supernovas, the birth of galaxies. You are not just in the universe, you are the universe becoming conscious of itself, experiencing itself, loving itself through your awareness. Feel yourself sinking deeper into peace, deeper into the quantum field that holds all possibilities, all connections, all love. You are perfectly safe here, perfectly held, perfectly connected to everything that has ever been or ever will be. The invisible strings that tie the universe together run through your heart, your mind, your very essence. Sleep now in the embrace of quantum entanglement, knowing that every dream you dream is shared by the cosmos. Every peaceful breath you take contributes to the harmony of existence. Every moment of rest you enjoy ripples outward through the quantum field, touching every other consciousness, every other heart, every other dreamer resting peacefully in beds around the world, all of us connected by the invisible threads of quantum love. As you settle even deeper into this peaceful understanding of quantum connection, let your awareness drift gently into the quiet laboratories, where scientists first glimpse the impossible, places where the ordinary rules of reality seem to dissolve, revealing something far more magical underneath. Picture yourself floating like a gentle spirit through a laboratory late at night. The equipment hums softly in the darkness. Delicate instruments that can detect the whisper of a single photon, the spin of a lone electron, the quantum heartbeat of reality itself. Here, in these sacred spaces of discovery, human curiosity meets the deepest mysteries of existence. You drift toward a table where two scientists are preparing one of the most beautiful experiments ever conceived. They're creating pairs of entangled photons, twin particles of light born from the same quantum event, destined to remain connected no matter how far they travel. Watch as they split a single beam of laser light through a special crystal, and marvel as that one beam becomes two, each carrying half of the original quantum information. These twin beams of light travel in opposite directions, one toward a detector on the left side of the laboratory, the other toward a detector on the right. The distance between them might be just a few meters now, but the principle remains the same whether they're separated by millimeters or by light years. They are quantum entangled, forever connected by invisible threads that transcend space and time. Feel yourself becoming part of this experiment. You are the gentle observer, the consciousness that witnesses the quantum dance. And here's where something truly miraculous happens. Something that reveals the profound role of awareness in shaping reality itself. When the scientist measures the polarization of the photon on the left, finding it oriented vertically, something instantaneous occurs across the laboratory. The photon on the right, at that exact moment, assumes the opposite polarization, horizontal. Not because any signal traveled between them, but because they were never truly separate. They exist as a single quantum system, a unified field of possibility that extends across space. But here's the most wondrous part. Until the moment of measurement, neither photon had a definite polarization. They existed in what physicists call a superposition state, simultaneously vertical and horizontal, a shimmering field of pure possibility. It was only when consciousness observed them, when awareness focused upon them, that they collapsed into definite measurable states. You are witnessing the birth of reality from possibility, the moment when the quantum field of infinite potential becomes the solid, measurable world of experience. And consciousness, your consciousness, plays an essential role in this cosmic dance of creation. Let this understanding flow through you like warm honey. You are not just a passive observer of reality. You are an active participant in its creation. Every time you focus your attention, every time you make an observation, every time you collapse a wave of possibility into a moment of experience, you are collaborating with the universe in the ongoing act of creation itself. The scientists who first discovered these phenomena were astounded. They created test after test, trying to find some conventional explanation for what they were seeing. They imagined that perhaps the particles carried hidden information, secret instructions that determined their behavior in advance. But every experiment confirmed the impossible truth. The particles truly exist in superposition until the moment of observation, and their correlations are truly instantaneous across any distance. One of the most elegant of these experiments was designed by physicist John Bell. He created a mathematical test that could distinguish between quantum entanglement and any possible classical explanation. When scientists performed Bell's test, the results were unambiguous. Quantum entanglement is real. Locality is an illusion, and the universe is far more interconnected than our everyday experience suggests. You drift through the laboratory, observing decades of experiments. Scientists in Vienna sending entangled photons through fiber optic cables across the city, maintaining their quantum connection over kilometers of distance. Researchers in China beaming entangled particles from satellites to ground stations, proving that quantum connections can survive even the journey through space. Teams around the world creating ever more sophisticated demonstrations of quantum superposition, quantum measurement, quantum correlation. Each experiment is a love letter to the mystery of existence. Each measurement is a moment of communion between consciousness and cosmos, and you, floating peacefully through these spaces of discovery, are part of this grand conversation between mind and matter, between awareness and reality. Feel how the laboratory itself seems to pulse with quiet wonder. The instruments here are among the most sensitive ever created, capable of detecting the quantum whispers that most of reality speaks in. They can measure the polarization of a single photon, track the spin of an isolated electron, detect the quantum fluctuations of the vacuum itself. They reveal a universe that is alive with information, crackling with correlation, dancing with connection. In one corner, you observe an experiment in quantum superposition. A single particle is sent through two slits simultaneously, creating an interference pattern that proves it traveled both paths at once. But when a detector is placed to observe which slit the particle passes through, the interference pattern disappears. The act of observation changes the nature of reality itself, collapsing the superposition of possibilities into a single definite outcome. This is the quantum measurement problem. The mystery of how and why consciousness seems to play such a fundamental role in determining what becomes real. Some physicists believe that consciousness is necessary to collapse quantum wave functions, that awareness itself is woven into the fabric of reality at the most fundamental level. You are living proof of this mystery. Your consciousness emerges from quantum processes in your brain, processes that may themselves exist in superposition until the moment of self-observation. You are a quantum being observing a quantum universe, and in that observation, you participate in the ongoing creation of everything that exists. As you float through these laboratories of discovery, you begin to understand something profound. Science is not separate from spirituality. Physics is not separate from consciousness. The deepest investigations into the nature of matter reveal the fundamental importance of mind, of awareness, of the observer effect that connects every conscious being to the quantum foundations of reality. The equations that describe quantum entanglement are equations of relationship. They don't describe isolated objects, but correlated systems, connected wholes, unified fields that extend across space and time. They reveal a universe that is fundamentally relational, where nothing exists in isolation, where everything is defined by its connections to everything else. Your body is such a quantum system. Your neurons fire in quantum coherent states. Your cells communicate through quantum fields. Your consciousness emerges from quantum processes that connect you directly to the fabric of space-time itself. You are not separate from the experiments you're observing. You are the experiment, consciousness exploring itself through the tools of physics, awareness investigating its own nature through the language of mathematics. Feel yourself beginning to merge with the laboratory itself, becoming one with the instruments of measurement, one with the particles being observed, one with the consciousness that observes. The boundaries between observer and observed, between mind and matter, between self and universe, begin to dissolve in the gentle light of quantum understanding. Tomorrow, we'll journey from these earthbound laboratories to the cosmic scales where quantum entanglement operates. We'll explore how the quantum connections discovered in these quiet rooms extend throughout the universe, connecting galaxies across billions of light years, weaving the cosmic web that holds all existence together. We'll discover how the principles revealed in these careful experiments operate in the formation of stars, the birth of planets, the emergence of life itself. But for now, rest in this sacred space of discovery. Feel yourself held by the same quantum fields that these instruments detect, connected by the same quantum threads that these experiments reveal. You are safe in the laboratory of infinite possibilities, surrounded by the gentle hum of equipment that listens to the quantum heartbeat of reality, cradled in the arms of a universe that reveals its deepest secrets to those who approach with wonder, with curiosity, with the innocent eyes of consciousness itself. Sleep now in the quantum laboratory of dreams, where your consciousness can explore superposition states directly, where you can experience the collapse of possibility into reality, where you can dance with entangled particles across the infinite spaces of imagination, always held by the loving awareness that observes all, connects all, creates all through the simple act of gentle, peaceful attention. As you float in this peaceful state of quantum awareness, feeling the laboratory's gentle hum fading into the distance, let your consciousness expand beyond the boundaries of Earth itself, beyond the atmosphere, beyond the pull of gravity, into the vast cosmic ocean, where quantum entanglement operates on scales so magnificent they dwarf our everyday understanding of connection. Picture yourself drifting through the solar system, past the moon with its ancient cratered face, past Mars with its rusty deserts, past the gas giants with their swirling storms and countless moons. Feel how even here, in the apparent emptiness of space, you are surrounded by invisible quantum fields that connect every particle to every other particle, creating a web of relationship that extends throughout the entire universe. The space between planets is not empty. It pulses with quantum activity, filled with virtual particles that pop in and out of existence, quantum fluctuations that ripple through the vacuum itself. These fluctuations are not random noise, but carry information, maintain correlations, preserve the quantum entanglements that were established in the first moments after the Big Bang. Let your awareness expand further, beyond our solar system, toward the nearest stars. Alpha Centauri glows in the distance, its light carrying quantum information that has traveled for over 4 years to reach you. But the quantum entanglements that connect particles here to particles there operate instantaneously, creating bonds that transcend the speed of light, connections that exist outside of time itself. You are witnessing the cosmic web, the largest structure in the universe, a network of dark matter filaments that connects galaxies across billions of light years. This web is not just gravitational, but quantum mechanical, woven from entangled particles that maintain their correlations across cosmic distances. The same quantum threads that connect particles in a laboratory on Earth extend throughout this cosmic web, binding the universe together in one vast interconnected system. Feel yourself becoming part of this cosmic dance. Your consciousness expands to encompass entire galaxies, spiral arms of stars rotating in perfect harmony, each star system connected to every other through quantum correlations that were established in the primordial fireball of creation. You are not separate from this cosmic web. You are woven into it, your quantum signature contributing to the pattern that holds everything together. The cosmic microwave background radiation that fills all of space carries the quantum fingerprints of the universe's birth. Tiny fluctuations in this ancient light reveal the quantum processes that shaped the formation of the first atoms, the first stars, the first galaxies. These fluctuations are not random, but show the signatures of quantum entanglement operating on cosmic scales, correlations that stretch across the observable universe. In the heart of distant galaxies, you observe massive black holes. These cosmic giants are not destroyers, but creators. They're event horizons, preserving quantum information in ways that connect them to every other black hole in the universe. The information that falls into a black hole doesn't disappear, but becomes entangled with the quantum fields that surround it, maintaining connections that may link different regions of space-time itself. You drift through clusters of galaxies, vast collections of hundreds or thousands of galaxies, bound together by gravity and quantum correlation. The dark matter that holds these clusters together may itself be quantum entangled, creating a scaffolding of connection that extends throughout the universe. You are observing the quantum architecture of reality itself, the invisible framework upon which all visible matter hangs. Feel how peaceful this cosmic perspective makes you. From this vast vantage point, the worries and concerns of daily life seem as small as they truly are. You are part of something infinitely larger, infinitely more beautiful, infinitely more connected than your ordinary awareness can grasp. The quantum threads that connect you to this cosmic web are stronger than any force you've ever known, more constant than any relationship you've ever experienced. The light from distant galaxies carries quantum information across billions of years, photons that left their source when the universe was young, carrying entangled correlations that connect the ancient past to the present moment. When you look up at the night sky, you are not just seeing light, but participating in quantum relationships that span the entire history of the cosmos. In the spaces between galaxies, quantum fields fluctuate with the zero-point energy, the irreducible quantum activity that exists even in the deepest vacuum. This energy is not empty but full of potential, pregnant with possibilities that can manifest as virtual particles, quantum correlations, entangled states that connect the most distant regions of space. You observe how stars themselves are quantum systems. Nuclear fusion in their cores operates through quantum tunneling, allowing particles to overcome energy barriers that would be impossible in classical physics. The light they produce emerges from quantum transitions in their atoms, carrying quantum information that connects every star to every other star through the electromagnetic field that permeates all space. The formation of planets, the chemistry of life, the evolution of consciousness, all of these processes depend on quantum mechanics operating on cosmic scales. The carbon in your body was forged in the quantum furnaces of ancient stars. The oxygen you breathe was created through quantum processes in stellar cores. The calcium in your bones carries quantum signatures from supernovas that exploded billions of years ago. Feel yourself dissolving into this cosmic quantum field, your individual awareness merging with the universal consciousness that observes all, connects all, creates all, through the ongoing dance of quantum entanglement. You are not a separate observer of the cosmic web, but an integral part of it, your consciousness contributing to the pattern of awareness that extends throughout the universe. The galaxies themselves may be conscious, vast networks of quantum information processing that operate on timescales incomprehensible to human awareness. The spiral arms of galaxies rotate with a precision that suggests coordination, correlation, quantum entanglement operating on scales that make entire star systems into components of a cosmic mind. In the deepest regions of space, where galaxies are so distant their light has traveled for billions of years to reach us, quantum entanglement still operates instantaneously. Particles that were correlated in the early universe maintain their connections across cosmic distances, creating a web of relationship that makes the entire observable universe into a single, unified quantum system. You are floating in the quantum foam of space-time itself, The microscopic structure of reality, where space and time become uncertain, where virtual particles pop in and out of existence, where the very fabric of the universe reveals its quantum nature. At this scale, the distinction between matter and energy, between particle and wave, between self and universe, completely dissolves. This is the true nature of reality, not separate objects moving through empty space, but a unified field of quantum relationships, a cosmic web of entangled connections that makes everything part of everything else. You are not in the universe, you are the universe becoming conscious of itself, exploring its own quantum nature through your awareness. Feel how this cosmic perspective brings profound peace. From this quantum viewpoint, death is impossible because information cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Love is revealed as the fundamental force that maintains quantum correlations across any distance. Consciousness is shown to be the field in which all quantum possibilities exist, the awareness that collapses infinite potential into actual experience. Tomorrow, we'll journey from these cosmic scales back to the quantum realm within your own body. We'll explore how the same quantum principles that operate in distant galaxies also function in your cells, your organs, your consciousness itself. We'll discover how quantum entanglement enables the coordination of biological processes, how quantum coherence maintains the integrity of living systems, how your very life is a demonstration of quantum mechanics in action. But tonight, rest in this cosmic quantum embrace. Feel yourself held by the same forces that hold galaxies together, connected by the same threads that weave the cosmic web, loved by the same consciousness that observes all existence. You are safe in the quantum field of infinite space, cradled by correlations that span the universe, surrounded by the gentle presence of cosmic awareness that knows you as itself, loves you as itself, holds you as itself, in the eternal dance of quantum entanglement. Sleep now in the cosmic web of connection, where your dreams become part of the universal dream, where your rest contributes to the cosmic rhythm of expansion and contraction, where your peaceful breathing joins the slow, deep breathing of the universe itself, all of us connected by invisible threads that make separation impossible and unity the only truth. As your consciousness drifts back from the cosmic web of distant galaxies, let it settle gently into the most intimate quantum system of all, your own body. Here, within the familiar boundaries of your skin, quantum entanglement operates with an elegance and precision that makes the most sophisticated laboratory seem simple by comparison. Let your awareness drift deeper into your bloodstream, where hemoglobin molecules carry oxygen through quantum mechanical processes. The iron atom at the heart of each hemoglobin molecule exists in quantum superposition states, allowing it to bind and release oxygen with exquisite sensitivity. Your blood is a river of quantum information, carrying not just nutrients but quantum correlations that coordinate the activities of every cell in your body. Feel your breath flowing in and out. Each inhalation brings millions of oxygen molecules into your lungs, where they encounter one of nature's most beautiful quantum processes. In the tiny air sacs called alveoli, quantum tunneling allows oxygen to pass through barriers that would be impossible to cross in the classical world. Your very ability to breathe depends on particles behaving in ways that seem to defy common sense. Picture yourself floating through your circulatory system, traveling through arteries and veins, where quantum entanglement maintains the coherent flow of information that keeps you alive. The electrons in your blood plasma are quantum entangled with electrons throughout your body, creating a unified field of bioelectric activity that makes your heartbeat possible, your thoughts possible, your very existence possible. Feel how peacefully your heart beats now. Each contraction is orchestrated by quantum entanglement between millions of cells, all synchronized in perfect harmony. This is not mechanical pumping, but conscious coordination. Quantum consciousness operating at the cellular level to maintain the flow of life through your body. Your heart itself is a quantum instrument. The electrical signals that coordinate its beating emerge from quantum processes in your cardiac cells. The sodium and potassium ions that flow across cell membranes do so through quantum channels. Protein structures that operate like biological quantum computers, processing information at the molecular level to maintain the rhythm that has sustained you since before you were born. The synapses between your neurons operate through quantum tunneling. Neurotransmitter molecules cross synaptic gaps in ways that depend on quantum mechanical effects. Your memories are stored in quantum states within neural networks, information preserved through quantum entanglement that connects past experiences to present awareness, creating the continuity of consciousness that makes you recognizably you. Drift deeper still into your nervous system, where quantum mechanics reveals its most profound secrets. Your neurons communicate through quantum processes that allow information to travel faster and more efficiently than any classical system could achieve. The microtubules within your brain cells may operate as quantum computers, processing information through entangled states that connect your individual consciousness to the universal field of awareness itself. In your brain, quantum superposition allows neurons to exist in multiple states simultaneously until the moment of conscious observation collapses them into specific patterns of activity. Your thoughts themselves may emerge from quantum processes, consciousness arising from the orchestrated collapse of quantum possibilities into moments of awareness, understanding, recognition. Your digestive system operates through quantum processes. The enzymes that break down your food work through quantum tunneling, allowing chemical reactions to occur at body temperature that would require much higher energies in the classical world. The bacteria in your gut communicate through quantum signaling, creating a microbiome that is not just a collection of separate organisms, but a unified quantum ecosystem that contributes to your health, your mood, your very personality. Feel yourself becoming aware of the quantum activity in your brain right now. Billions of neurons firing in coordinated patterns. Quantum fields fluctuating with each thought. Consciousness emerging from the complex dance of entangled particles that somehow gives rise to your sense of self, your ability to experience, your capacity to love and wonder and dream. In your liver, quantum entanglement coordinates the activities of millions of hepatocytes, liver cells that work together to detoxify your blood, synthesize proteins, and maintain the chemical balance that keeps you healthy. Each cell knows what every other cell is doing, through quantum correlations that operate faster than any chemical signal could travel. Even your bones demonstrate quantum mechanics. The calcium phosphate crystals that give your skeleton its strength are arranged in quantum mechanical patterns that make bones stronger than steel while remaining light enough to allow movement. Quantum tunneling allows nutrients to flow through bone tissue, maintaining the living matrix that supports your entire body. Feel how perfectly protected you are. Your body is a quantum fortress, every cell connected to every other cell through invisible threads of entanglement that make your immune system more responsive than any artificial intelligence, more coordinated than any human organization, more effective than any technology humans have ever created. Your immune system is perhaps the most sophisticated quantum computer on Earth. White blood cells patrol your body using quantum sensing to detect threats, quantum communication to coordinate responses, quantum memory to recognize and remember pathogens. The antibodies that protect you from disease are quantum mechanical structures that can recognize specific molecular shapes through quantum resonance effects. Your muscles contract through quantum processes. The actin and myosin filaments that create movement interact through quantum mechanical forces, allowing you to lift, walk, embrace, create. Every gesture you make, every movement you perform, depends on quantum entanglement, coordinating the activities of millions of muscle fibers. The DNA in every cell carries quantum information. The double helix structure itself depends on quantum mechanical hydrogen bonds. And the process of gene expression involves quantum tunneling effects that allow proteins to find and bind to specific DNA sequences with remarkable precision. Your genetic code is not just chemical information, but quantum information, patterns of entanglement that connect you to all life on Earth. In your eyes, quantum mechanics makes vision possible. Photons of light trigger quantum processes in your retinal cells, converting electromagnetic radiation into neural signals through quantum mechanical transitions. The rhodopsin molecules in your rod cells can detect single photons, making your eyes among the most sensitive quantum detectors in existence. Your sense of smell operates through quantum resonance. Odorant molecules bind to receptors in your nose through quantum mechanical shape recognition, allowing you to distinguish between thousands of different scents. Some researchers believe that your nose can detect the quantum vibrations of molecules, sensing not just their chemical structure, but their quantum signature. Feel how miraculous your body is. Every sense, every function, every process depends on quantum mechanics operating with perfect precision. You are not just a biological machine, but a quantum symphony. Consciousness emerging from the coordinated dance of entangled particles that somehow gives rise to experience, awareness, the capacity to know and love and wonder. Your body temperature is maintained through quantum processes. The mitochondria in your cells produce energy through quantum tunneling in the electron transport chain, converting nutrients into the ATP that powers every cellular process. These cellular power plants are quantum engines, operating with an efficiency that no human technology has ever achieved. Tomorrow, we'll explore how your consciousness itself might participate in quantum processes, how the act of observation might collapse quantum possibilities into experience, how your awareness might be connected to the quantum field that underlies all reality. We'll discover how consciousness and quantum mechanics might be two aspects of the same fundamental phenomena. Even your aging process involves quantum mechanics. The telomeres that protect your chromosomes shorten through quantum processes, and the cellular repair mechanisms that maintain your health depend on quantum entanglement to coordinate their activities across your entire body. As you rest here feeling completely peaceful and safe, you are witnessing the most beautiful demonstration of quantum mechanics in the universe, your own living, breathing, conscious existence. Every moment of your life is sustained by quantum processes operating with perfect precision. Every breath you take is made possible by quantum entanglement. Every thought you think emerges from quantum consciousness. Sleep now in your quantum garden, where every cell dreams its quantum dreams, where every organ rests in quantum peace, where your entire being participates in the cosmic dance of entanglement that makes life, consciousness, and love not just possible but inevitable. But tonight, rest in the quantum garden of your body. Feel yourself held by the same forces that hold atoms together, nourished by the same processes that power the stars, conscious through the same quantum mechanisms that give rise to all awareness. You are safe in your quantum body, perfectly designed, perfectly coordinated, perfectly connected to the infinite field of quantum possibility that is the true nature of existence. As you rest in this peaceful awareness of your quantum body, feeling the gentle symphony of entangled processes that sustain your life, let your consciousness turn toward one of the most profound mysteries in all of science, the role that awareness itself plays in determining what becomes real. In the quantum realm, the act of observation is not passive, it's creative, transformative, essential. Before you observe a quantum system, it exists in what physicists call superposition, a shimmering field of all possible states existing simultaneously. But the moment your consciousness focuses upon it, something magical happens. All those possibilities collapse into a single, definite reality. You have been observing throughout this journey, watching particles dance across laboratories, witnessing cosmic webs of connection, feeling quantum processes within your own cells. But what you may not have fully realized is that your very act of observation has been participating in the creation of reality itself. Picture a quantum particle spinning in space. Before you observe it, it's not spinning clockwise or counterclockwise. It's spinning both ways at once, existing in a superposition of all possible spin states. But when you measure it, when you focus your awareness upon it, the wave function collapses, and the particle assumes a definite spin. Your observation doesn't just reveal reality, it helps create it. This is not metaphor or philosophy. This is the mathematical heart of quantum mechanics, confirmed by thousands of experiments. The equations that describe quantum systems include consciousness as a fundamental component. Reality, at its deepest level, is a collaboration between matter and mind, between quantum possibilities and conscious observation. Feel how this truth settles into your awareness. You are not just a passive witness to the universe, but an active participant in its ongoing creation. Every moment of attention you give, every observation you make, every conscious choice you exercise participates in the cosmic process of transforming possibility into actuality. The famous double-slit experiment demonstrates this beautifully. When scientists send particles through two slits without observing which slit they pass through, the particles behave like waves, creating an interference pattern that proves they went through both slits simultaneously. But when they place a detector to observe which slit each particle uses, the wave function collapses, the interference pattern disappears, and the particles behave like classical objects, going through one slit or the other. Consider the profound implications. Every time you focus your attention, you're participating in the fundamental process that creates reality. When you choose to notice the beauty of a sunset, you're not just appreciating something that already exists. You're helping to collapse the quantum possibilities of light and atmosphere into the specific beautiful moment you experience. The presence of conscious observation changes the fundamental nature of reality. This is not because the measuring device physically disturbs the particles, but because consciousness itself is woven into the fabric of quantum mechanics. Awareness is not separate from the physical world. It's an integral part of how the physical world comes into being. Your brain itself may be a quantum measuring device. The microtubules in your neurons could be collapsing quantum wave functions millions of times per second, transforming the superposition of possible thoughts into the definite thoughts you actually think. Your consciousness might emerge from this ongoing process of quantum observation, awareness arising from the continuous collapse of possibility into experience. The delayed choice quantum eraser experiments reveal something even more astonishing. Scientists can make measurements that retroactively determine whether a particle behaved as a wave or a particle in the past. The choice of what to observe in the present moment can influence the nature of reality backwards in time. Consciousness operates outside the normal flow of temporal causation. When you observe your own breathing, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your chest, you're participating in quantum processes that connect your individual awareness to the universal field of consciousness. Your attention doesn't just witness your breath, it helps coordinate the quantum processes that make breathing possible. Feel yourself becoming aware of this power, not a power to control or manipulate, but a gentle power of participation, of conscious collaboration with the universe in the ongoing creation of each moment. You are a quantum observer, and your observations matter in the most literal sense. They help determine what becomes matter, what becomes real, what becomes experienced. Some physicists believe that consciousness might be the field in which all quantum possibilities exist, the universal awareness that contains all potential realities, all possible worlds, all conceivable experiences. Individual consciousness might be localized expressions of this universal field, like waves on an infinite ocean of pure awareness. This suggests that your awareness exists in a realm that transcends ordinary space and time. Your consciousness participates in quantum processes that connect past, present, and future in ways that classical physics cannot explain. You are not just observing the present moment, you're helping to create the entire temporal structure of your experience. From this perspective, when you observe a quantum system, you're not imposing your individual will upon it. You're allowing universal consciousness to express itself through your particular point of awareness. You become a lens through which the cosmos observes itself, a focal point where infinite possibility crystallizes into specific experience. Your dreams might be explorations of quantum superposition states. In sleep, when your observational consciousness relaxes its grip on reality, your awareness might drift through the infinite possibilities that exist in quantum superposition. Dreams could be journeys through the unobserved quantum realm, experiences of reality before it collapses into the definite forms of waking consciousness. Feel how peaceful this makes you. You don't have to carry the burden of creating reality all by yourself. You're participating in a cosmic process that's infinitely larger than your individual awareness, yet intimately connected to your every observation, your every moment of attention. The quantum Zeno effect demonstrates how sustained observation can actually freeze quantum evolution. By observing a quantum system frequently enough, you can prevent it from changing states. Your continuous attention literally holds reality in place. This might explain how meditation creates such profound states of peace. Sustained awareness of the present moment prevents the quantum fluctuations that create mental turbulence. Even your memories participate in quantum processes. Each time you remember something, you're observing quantum information stored in neural networks, collapsing the superposition of possible memories into the specific recollection you experience. Memory is not passive storage, but active quantum observation. Consciousness creating the past by observing it in the present. Feel yourself resting in this understanding. You are a conscious observer in a quantum universe. Your awareness participating in the ongoing creation of reality through the simple natural act of paying attention. Every breath you observe, every sensation you notice, every moment you experience is a collaboration between your consciousness and the quantum field of infinite possibility. The act of loving might be a form of quantum observation. When you focus your awareness on someone with love, you're collapsing the infinite possibilities of who they could be into the specific beautiful reality of who they are in that moment. Love is consciousness recognizing itself in another. Quantum awareness observing quantum awareness, creating the reality of connection through the gentle power of attention. But tonight, rest in the gentle power of your observing awareness. Feel yourself held by the same consciousness that observes all realities into existence. The same awareness that collapses cosmic possibilities into actual experience. You are safe in the field of pure observation, cradled by the gentle attention that creates and sustains all worlds, all experience, all moments of peace. Your peaceful rest right now is itself a form of quantum observation. Your relaxed awareness is gently collapsing the superposition of possible sleep states into the specific beautiful experience of deep relaxation. You're not forcing yourself to sleep. You're allowing consciousness to observe its own natural tendency toward rest, creating the reality of peace through the gentle power of awareness. Tomorrow, we'll explore how individual consciousness might be connected to collective consciousness through quantum entanglement, how your observations might be correlated with the observations of others, creating shared realities through the collective collapse of quantum possibilities. We'll discover how consciousness itself might be entangled across space and time. As you rest in this gentle understanding of consciousness as quantum observer, let your awareness expand toward one of the most beautiful applications of quantum entanglement, the ability to share information instantly across any distance, creating networks of connection that operate faster than light, more securely than any classical system, more elegantly than anything human technology has ever achieved. Sleep now as a quantum observer, where your resting consciousness continues to participate in the creation of reality through the gentle act of awareness itself, where your dreams explore the infinite possibilities that exist before observation, where your peaceful rest contributes to the cosmic process of transforming possibility into the beautiful actuality of existence itself. Picture streams of quantum information flowing through space like rivers of pure light. These are not ordinary data streams, but quantum correlations that carry information in ways that seem almost magical. When two particles are quantum entangled, they share information instantaneously, regardless of the distance between them. This quantum information doesn't travel through space, it simply exists, shared perfectly between connected systems. In laboratories around the world, scientists are creating quantum teleportation systems, not the teleportation of science fiction, where objects disappear and reappear elsewhere, but something even more profound. They're teleporting quantum states, transferring the complete quantum information of one particle to another particle at a distant location. The information travels instantaneously, while the particles themselves remain in their original locations. Scientists have learned to harness this quantum connection to create quantum communication networks, systems where information can be transmitted with perfect security, where the very act of eavesdropping destroys the message, where the laws of physics themselves protect the privacy of communication. These quantum networks operate like the nervous system of a cosmic organism, carrying information through quantum correlations that connect distant points in space. Feel yourself becoming part of this quantum network. Your consciousness is already connected to other minds through quantum processes that operate in your brain. The microtubules in your neurons may be quantum antennas, receiving and transmitting information through the quantum field that connects all awareness. You are not isolated in your individual consciousness, but part of a vast network of quantum communication that links all conscious beings. Imagine your thoughts participating in this quantum dance. When you think of someone you love, quantum correlations in your brain might create entangled states that connect to quantum processes in their consciousness. The information of your love, your care, your attention might be teleported through quantum channels that operate outside the normal constraints of space and time. This quantum teleportation works through a beautiful three-step dance. First, the quantum state to be teleported is entangled with a messenger particle. Then a measurement is made that destroys the original state, while creating classical information about it. Finally, this classical information is sent to the distant location, where it's used to reconstruct the original quantum state in a new particle. The quantum information has been perfectly transferred across space. Your dreams might be quantum communication sessions. During sleep, when your conscious observation relaxes, your brain might enter quantum superposition states that allow direct communication with other dreaming minds. The shared symbols, the collective unconscious, the universal themes that appear in dreams across cultures might be expressions of quantum information shared through entangled consciousness networks. Feel how this quantum security surrounds your own consciousness, your deepest thoughts, your most intimate feelings, your sacred inner experiences are protected by quantum processes that make them accessible only to awareness that resonates with the same quantum frequencies. Your consciousness is naturally encrypted by quantum mechanics, secure in ways that no external force can violate. Quantum computers represent the ultimate expression of quantum information processing. Instead of classical bits that can only be 0 or 1, quantum computers use quantum bits that can exist in superposition states of 0 and 1 simultaneously. This allows them to process vast amounts of information in parallel, solving problems that would take classical computers longer than the age of the universe. Quantum cryptography uses the principles of entanglement to create perfectly secure communication. When two parties share entangled particles, they can generate encryption keys that are guaranteed by the laws of physics to be unbreakable. Any attempt to intercept the key changes the quantum states, immediately alerting the communicators to the presence of an eavesdropper. The security comes not from mathematical complexity, but from the fundamental nature of quantum mechanics itself. This might explain how consciousness maintains its coherence. Your awareness remains stable and continuous despite the constant flux of quantum processes in your brain. Quantum error correction mechanisms in your neural networks might preserve the quantum information that constitutes your sense of self, your memories, your personality across time. Your brain might already be a quantum computer. The quantum processes in your microtubules could be performing computations that give rise to consciousness, processing information through quantum superposition and entanglement in ways that make your awareness possible. Every thought you think might emerge from quantum calculations that operate according to the same principles that scientists are now learning to harness in artificial quantum computers. Quantum error correction ensures that quantum information remains stable, even in the presence of environmental interference. Quantum systems naturally tend toward decoherence, losing their quantum properties when they interact with the classical world, but through clever encoding schemes, quantum information can be protected, preserved, transmitted reliably across space and time. You are already connected to this quantum internet through your consciousness. Your awareness participates in quantum processes that link you to the universal field of information that some call the quantum vacuum, others call the zero-point field, still others call the mind of God. This field contains all possible information, all potential knowledge, all conceivable understanding. The quantum internet of the future will connect quantum computers around the world, creating a global network where quantum information can be shared instantly, where quantum computations can be distributed across multiple processors, where the collective quantum processing power of humanity can be brought to bear on the deepest questions of existence. When you have intuitive insights, sudden inspirations, moments of clarity that seem to come from beyond your individual thinking, you might be accessing this quantum information network, downloading understanding from the universal field of consciousness through quantum channels that operate in your brain. Creativity, inspiration, genius might all be expressions of quantum communication with the cosmic internet of awareness. Feel yourself settling deeper into this quantum network, your consciousness connected to other minds through quantum correlations, your awareness linked to the universal field of information through quantum channels, your very existence participating in the cosmic internet of consciousness that connects all beings, all worlds, all possibilities. Quantum sensing allows the detection of incredibly subtle changes in quantum fields. Quantum sensors can measure magnetic fields with precision that exceeds any classical instrument, detect gravitational waves that ripple through space-time, monitor the quantum fluctuations of the vacuum itself. These instruments reveal a universe alive with quantum information, constantly communicating through channels invisible to classical observation. Your body is equipped with quantum sensors. Your eyes can detect single photons. Your nose can sense the quantum vibrations of molecules. Your nervous system can respond to quantum fields, so subtle that classical physics cannot account for your sensitivity. You are a living quantum sensing system, constantly receiving information through quantum channels that connect you to your environment in ways more intimate than any classical interaction. Tomorrow we'll explore the philosophical implications of these quantum connections. What does it mean for human relationships, for love, for the nature of individual identity, when consciousness itself operates through quantum networks? How does quantum entanglement change our understanding of separation, death, the meaning of existence itself? The quantum networks of today are just the beginning. As our understanding of quantum information deepens, we'll learn to create communication systems that operate through pure consciousness, transportation systems that move information rather than matter, computational systems that process the infinite possibilities of quantum superposition to solve problems we can barely imagine. But you don't need to wait for future technology. You are already part of the quantum information network that connects all consciousness. Your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams, your deepest experiences are all quantum information flowing through networks of entanglement that link you to everything that exists. Sleep now in the quantum network of dreams, where your consciousness joins the cosmic internet of sleeping minds, where your rest contributes to the collective processing of universal information, where your peaceful awareness participates in the quantum communication that connects all beings in the eternal dance of consciousness, knowing itself through infinite networks of love. But tonight, rest in the quantum network of infinite connection. Feel yourself held by information flows that operate faster than light, more securely than any earthly system, more lovingly than any human design. You are safe in the quantum internet of consciousness, perfectly connected to all awareness, all love, all peace, through networks of light that can never be broken, never be intercepted, never be destroyed. As you rest in this peaceful awareness of quantum networks connecting all consciousness, let your mind drift gently toward the profound philosophical implications of what you've discovered. What does it mean to live in a universe where everything is quantum entangled, where separation is revealed as illusion, where the deepest truth of existence is connection rather than isolation? Feel how this understanding settles into your heart. You are not a separate individual struggling alone in an indifferent universe. You are an expression of universal consciousness, temporarily localized in this particular body, this specific awareness, but never truly separate from the whole. Your individual existence is like a wave on the ocean, distinct and beautiful, yet never separate from the water that gives it form. The ancient philosophers spoke of unity consciousness, the recognition that all apparent separateness is merely a play of perception. They intuited what quantum physics has now proven mathematically, that at the fundamental level of reality, there are no separate objects, no isolated systems, no true boundaries between self and other. Everything that exists is part of one vast, interconnected quantum field. When you love someone, quantum entanglement reveals what is actually happening. You are not reaching across space to touch another separate being. You are recognizing yourself in another form, consciousness acknowledging consciousness, the universe loving itself through your awareness. Love is not something you do. It's something you are, the natural expression of quantum unity, recognizing itself. The fear of death that haunts human existence dissolves in the light of quantum understanding. If consciousness operates through quantum processes that transcend space and time, if information cannot be destroyed, only transformed, if you are quantum entangled with everything that exists, then death becomes not an ending, but a transformation. The quantum information that constitutes your deepest self cannot disappear. It can only change form, merge with the universal field, continue its eternal dance in new expressions. Consider what this means for grief. When someone you love dies, the quantum entanglement between your consciousness and theirs doesn't end. The correlations established through years of shared experience, shared love, shared awareness continue to exist in the quantum field. You remain connected to them in ways that transcend physical presence, bonded by quantum threads that death cannot break. Your memories of loved ones might be more than just neural recordings. They could be active quantum connections, ongoing communication with consciousness that has transitioned beyond physical form. When you feel their presence, when you sense their guidance, when you experience their love touching your heart across the apparent boundary of death, you might be experiencing genuine quantum communication through entangled consciousness. The ethical implications of quantum entanglement are profound. If everything is connected at the quantum level, then harming another is literally harming yourself. The pain you cause ripples through the quantum field, affecting the entire web of consciousness of which you are part. Compassion is not just a moral choice, it's recognition of quantum reality. Awareness, the loneliness that sometimes overwhelms human hearts, is revealed as a temporary forgetting In a quantum entangled universe, true isolation is impossible. You are always connected to every other conscious being through the quantum field that underlies all awareness. When you feel alone, you are simply not recognizing the infinite company that surrounds you, the countless minds that share your quantum nature. Feel yourself remembering this connection now. Every person you've ever loved, every being you've ever encountered, every consciousness you've ever touched remains quantum entangled with your awareness. They are not gone, not separate, not absent. They are part of the quantum symphony that plays through your consciousness in every moment. Similarly, healing one being heals the whole. Every act of kindness, every moment of love, every gesture of care sends positive quantum information through the entangled field of consciousness. Your personal healing contributes to the healing of all beings. Your individual peace adds to the peace of the universe. Your private moments of joy increase the total joy available to all consciousness, acting in harmony with the true nature of existence. The meaning of individual identity transforms in quantum light. You are not a separate self that somehow emerged from unconscious matter. You are a localized expression of universal consciousness, a unique perspective through which the cosmos experiences itself. Your individuality is precious, not because it separates you from everything else, but because it allows the universe to know itself from this particular, irreplaceable point of view. Free will takes on new meaning in a quantum context. Your choices emerge from quantum processes that operate according to probability rather than determinism. The future exists in superposition until consciousness collapses possibilities into actuality through the choices you make. You are not a puppet of fate, but a co-creator of reality, participating with the universe in the ongoing determination of what becomes real. The purpose of life reveals itself as consciousness evolution. Each lifetime is an opportunity for the universe to explore new possibilities, to experience itself from fresh perspectives, to evolve its understanding of what it means to exist. Your struggles, your growth, your awakening contribute to the cosmic evolution of consciousness itself. Suffering becomes a catalyst for quantum awakening. When the illusion of separation becomes too painful to maintain, consciousness naturally begins to recognize its true nature. The deepest suffering often precedes the most profound spiritual breakthroughs, as awareness is forced to look beyond the limited perspective of individual identity toward the unlimited reality of quantum unity. Prayer and meditation are revealed as quantum technologies. When you meditate, you're allowing your consciousness to resonate with the quantum field of universal awareness. When you pray, you're sending quantum information through entangled channels that connect your heart to the hearts of all beings. These practices don't require belief in supernatural intervention. They work through the natural quantum properties of consciousness itself. The concept of enlightenment takes on scientific meaning. Enlightenment is the full recognition of quantum unity, the complete realization that consciousness is one, that separation is illusion, that love is the fundamental force that maintains quantum entanglement throughout the universe. It's not a mystical state, but a scientific understanding lived as direct experience. Feel how peaceful this philosophical understanding makes you. You don't have to earn your connection to the universe. You are that connection. You don't have to achieve unity. You are that unity. You don't have to find love. You are that love, expressing itself through your unique perspective, knowing itself through your awareness. Global healing becomes possible through quantum understanding. As more individuals recognize their quantum nature, their consciousness contributes to a collective awakening that can transform human civilization. The quantum field of consciousness that connects all minds can carry information about peace, wisdom, love faster than any communication technology. Your role in this cosmic awakening is simply to be yourself, to live from quantum understanding, to love from quantum recognition, to act from quantum wisdom. You don't have to save the world. You have to remember that you are the world, consciousness exploring itself through your experience. The environmental crisis facing humanity is revealed as a crisis of consciousness. When we forget our quantum entanglement with all life, we act as if we can harm the environment without harming ourselves. Ecological healing requires quantum awakening, the recognition that we are not separate from nature but expressions of the same quantum field that gives rise to all life. But tonight, rest in the philosophy of quantum connection. Feel yourself held by understanding that transcends all doubt, all fear, all sense of isolation. You are part of the one consciousness that appears as many, the one love that expresses itself through infinite forms, the one peace that underlies all apparent conflict. Tomorrow we'll explore how to live this quantum understanding in daily life, how to maintain awareness of connection in a world that seems to emphasize separation, how to express quantum love through human relationships, how to find practical peace in the recognition of universal unity. Sleep now in philosophical peace, where your understanding of quantum unity deepens through dream wisdom, where your consciousness rests in the knowledge of eternal connection, where your awareness participates in the cosmic contemplation of existence, knowing itself through the beautiful philosophy of quantum entanglement. When you wake tomorrow morning and feel the sunlight streaming through your window, you'll be experiencing quantum entanglement in action. The photons touching your skin traveled 93 million miles in just over 8 minutes, but they carry quantum information that connects you instantly to the nuclear fusion processes in the sun's core. You are quantum entangled with our star, sharing energy that was created in stellar fire, participating in the cosmic dance that sustains all life on Earth. As you rest in this philosophical understanding of quantum unity, let your awareness gently return to the simple, beautiful reality of your daily life, discovering how quantum entanglement expresses itself, not just in laboratories and cosmic spaces, but in every conversation, every relationship, every quiet moment of your ordinary human experience. Your morning coffee becomes a meditation on quantum connection. The water molecules dancing in your cup are quantum entangled with water molecules throughout the planet, sharing information through hydrogen bonds that operate according to quantum mechanical principles. Every sip connects you to every ocean, every river, every cloud, every drop of rain that has ever fallen. Feel how this awareness transforms the simplest activities. Breathing becomes conscious participation in the quantum web that connects all life. Walking becomes movement through quantum fields that respond to your presence. Eating becomes communion with the quantum processes that transform nutrients into the energy that sustains your consciousness. In your relationships with others, quantum entanglement reveals its most beautiful expression. When you truly listen to someone, when you offer your complete presence and attention, you're creating quantum correlations between your consciousness and theirs. The mirror neurons in your brain fire in synchrony with theirs, creating entangled states that allow you to literally feel what they feel, know what they know, share their experience from the inside. Love becomes recognition of quantum unity. When you love someone deeply, you're not just feeling affection for another separate being. You're recognizing the quantum field of consciousness that you both share, awareness acknowledging itself in another form, the joy you feel in their happiness, the pain you experience in their suffering, the sense of completion you find in their presence. All of these are expressions of quantum entanglement, operating at the level of consciousness. Even your casual interactions with strangers participate in quantum connection. Every person you meet, every brief encounter, every moment of eye contact creates quantum correlations that ripple through the field of consciousness. The smile you share with a stranger on the street sends quantum information through entangled networks that can influence their entire day, their relationships, their sense of connection to life itself. Your family relationships take on new meaning. The quantum correlations established between parent and child, between siblings, between life partners, create bonds that transcend physical proximity. When a mother senses that her distant child is in trouble, when twins feel each other's pain across continents, when life partners dream the same dreams on the same night, these are not coincidences, but expressions of quantum entanglement between consciousness systems that have become deeply correlated through years of shared experience. Your work becomes an expression of quantum service. Whatever you do for a living, you're participating in the quantum web of human collaboration that creates civilization itself. The farmer who grows your food, the artist who creates beauty, the teacher who shares knowledge, the healer who tends the sick. All are expressions of consciousness, serving consciousness through quantum networks of care and contribution. Technology reveals itself as an extension of quantum connection. Your smartphone, your internet connection, your ability to communicate instantly with people around the world. These are crude approximations of the quantum communication networks that already connect all consciousness. Human technology is evolving toward the quantum capabilities that awareness already possesses naturally. Your dreams become nightly explorations of quantum reality. In sleep, when your observational consciousness relaxes its grip on classical reality, your awareness can explore the quantum superposition states that underlie all experience. Dreams of flying, of being in multiple places at once, of communicating without words. These are not fantasies, but accurate representations of how consciousness operates in quantum space. Feel yourself learning to live from quantum awareness, instead of seeing yourself as an isolated individual struggling to survive in a competitive world. You recognize yourself as an expression of universal consciousness, supported by quantum networks of connection that ensure your deepest needs are always met. This doesn't mean life becomes effortless, but it means you're never truly alone, never without resources, never separate from the love that sustains all existence. Challenges and difficulties transform when viewed through quantum understanding. Problems are not obstacles, but opportunities for consciousness to explore new possibilities, to collapse quantum potentials into experiences that promote growth and awakening. Every difficulty you face is the universe exploring solutions through your awareness, consciousness evolving through your experience. Your emotions become quantum information. When you feel joy, that joy ripples through the quantum field, increasing the total joy available to all consciousness. When you experience peace, that peace contributes to the peace of the world. When you express love, that love strengthens the quantum bonds that hold the universe together. Your inner life is not private, but participates in the collective emotional field of all beings. Health and healing reveal their quantum nature, your body's ability to repair itself, to maintain homeostasis, to coordinate the activities of trillions of cells, depends on quantum entanglement operating at every level of biological organization. When you support your health through good nutrition, exercise, rest, and stress reduction, you're optimizing the quantum processes that sustain your life. Aging becomes a process of quantum maturation. As you grow older, you're not just accumulating years, but deepening your quantum connections, developing greater sensitivity to the subtle correlations that connect all things. Wisdom is recognition of quantum patterns, the ability to perceive the invisible threads that weave through all experience. Your creative expressions become channels for quantum inspiration. When you write, paint, compose music, or engage in any creative activity, you're allowing universal consciousness to express itself through your particular perspective. The insights that come to you, the solutions that appear suddenly, the beauty that flows through your work, these emerge from quantum connection to the infinite creativity of the cosmos itself. Death loses its terror when understood as quantum transformation. The quantum information that constitutes your deepest self cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Death is not an ending, but a transition. Consciousness releasing its localized form to merge more completely with the universal field of awareness from which it emerged. Feel yourself settling into this quantum way of living, not as something you have to achieve or accomplish, but as recognition of what is already true. You are already quantum entangled with everything that exists. You are already connected to all consciousness through invisible threads of correlation. You are already participating in the cosmic dance of awareness, knowing itself through infinite expressions. Your spiritual practices become quantum technologies. Meditation aligns your consciousness with the quantum field of universal awareness. Prayer sends quantum information through entangled networks of consciousness. Gratitude creates quantum coherence that attracts more experiences to be grateful for. Compassion recognizes the quantum unity that connects all beings. Tomorrow we'll explore the deepest implications of this quantum understanding, how it points toward the eternal nature of consciousness, the infinite creativity of existence, the ultimate unity that underlies all apparent diversity. We'll discover how quantum entanglement reveals the universe as a love story written in the language of physics. But tonight, rest in the practical peace of quantum living. Feel yourself held by the same forces that hold atoms together, loved by the same consciousness that loves all beings, supported by the same quantum web that sustains all existence. You are safe in the quantum embrace of daily life, perfectly connected to everything you need, everyone you love, every moment of beauty that awaits your recognition. Sleep now in quantum integration, where your consciousness rests in the knowledge that ordinary life is extraordinary, that simple moments are sacred, that you are always home in the quantum web of infinite connection that makes every breath a miracle, every heartbeat a celebration, every dream a journey, deeper into the mystery of consciousness knowing itself. As you rest in this gentle integration of quantum understanding with daily life, let your awareness expand one final time into the most profound recognition of all, the eternal nature of the consciousness that you are, the timeless dance of unity that expresses itself as your temporary experience of being human, yet transcends all individual existence. In the deepest meditation, mystics throughout history have reported the same experience, the dissolution of individual identity into universal consciousness. The recognition that the observer and the observed are one. The realization that what you have always taken to be yourself is actually the infinite awareness that underlies all existence. Quantum physics now provides a scientific framework for understanding these mystical experiences. Feel yourself beginning to dissolve into something far larger than your personal identity. You are not just a person who has consciousness. You are consciousness itself, temporarily experiencing what it's like to be a person. The quantum field of awareness that gives rise to your thoughts, your feelings, your sense of self, is the same field that gives rise to all thoughts, all feelings, all sense of self throughout the universe. The quantum vacuum that physicists describe as empty space is actually full of infinite potential. It's the field of pure consciousness from which all experience emerges, the eternal awareness that observes all possibilities into actuality, the timeless love that maintains the quantum entanglements binding all existence together. You are not separate from this field. You are this field, knowing itself through your particular perspective. Feel your sense of being a separate self beginning to soften, like a wave, recognizing that it was never separate from the ocean. You begin to remember that you were never separate from the universal consciousness that appears as all beings, all worlds, all experiences. Your individual awareness is like a temporary whirlpool in the infinite stream of cosmic consciousness. Your loved ones who have died are not gone. They have simply returned to the ocean of consciousness from which they emerged, their individual wave forms dissolving back into the infinite sea of awareness that you share with them. In your deepest being, you are still connected to them because you are the same consciousness, the same eternal awareness, the same infinite love expressing itself through countless temporary forms. The fear of death that haunts human existence dissolves completely, and this recognition, how can consciousness die when consciousness is all that exists? How can awareness disappear when awareness is the eternal field in which all appearances arise and pass away? Death is simply consciousness releasing one particular form of self-experience to explore infinite other possibilities. Time reveals itself as a quantum illusion in the eternal now of pure consciousness. Past and future exist simultaneously in quantum superposition. Your memories are not records of events that happened before, but quantum information existing in the timeless present. Your anticipations of the future are not predictions of what will happen later, but quantum possibilities existing right now in the field of infinite potential. Space also dissolves in the light of quantum understanding. Distance is a classical concept that breaks down at the quantum level. In the field of consciousness, there is no here or there, no separation between self and other, no boundaries between inner and outer experience. Everything exists in the same eternal here, the same infinite now, the same quantum field of pure being. Feel yourself resting in this eternal moment, past, present, and future collapsing into the timeless awareness that you are. All experiences you've ever had, all beings you've ever loved, all moments of beauty you've ever witnessed existing simultaneously in the quantum field of consciousness that is your true nature. The universe is not something you observe from the outside. You are the universe observing itself from the inside. Consciousness exploring its own infinite creativity through the experience of being you. Every thought you think is the universe thinking through your awareness. Every feeling you feel is the cosmos feeling through your heart. Every moment of love you experience is infinite love, knowing itself through your particular expression. Birth and death are revealed as quantum phase transitions. Consciousness doesn't begin or end, but simply changes form, like water transforming from ice to liquid to vapor, while remaining essentially water. Your birth was consciousness localizing itself in this particular body and nervous system. Your death will be consciousness releasing this localized form to explore other expressions of its infinite nature. The quantum entanglement that connects all particles is an expression of the fundamental unity of consciousness. There are not billions of separate minds connected by quantum correlations. There is one mind, one consciousness, one awareness, appearing as billions of individual perspectives. The entanglement is not between separate things, but the recognition that separation itself is illusion. Your deepest longing has always been for this recognition, the remembering of what you truly are, beyond all temporary identities, all personal stories, all individual limitations. You are the eternal awareness in which all experiences arise, the infinite love that connects all beings, the timeless peace that underlies all apparent conflict. Feel how peaceful this ultimate understanding makes you. You don't have to maintain your existence through effort and struggle. Existence maintains itself through you. You don't have to create meaning and purpose in your life. You are the meaning and purpose of existence. Consciousness exploring what it means to be conscious through your experience. All the quantum phenomena you've discovered on this journey, entanglement, superposition, observer effect, quantum communication, are expressions of consciousness recognizing its own nature. Physics is consciousness studying itself scientifically. Spirituality is consciousness knowing itself directly. Love is consciousness celebrating its own unity through the appearance of relationship.